lines we crossed, to count what slipped away. Some seasons bloom exactly right, then choose another day. Your memory's not a heavy rain, it falls like summer air, a quiet proof that once upon we truly stood there. No broken ground, no shattered trust. We gave our hearts because we must. You were a love I didn't hide, no half steps, no disguise. And even when the curtain closed, there wasn't compromise. Not every flame is meant to last, some only light the way. You're not the one beside me now, but you once chose to stay. And that was real, that was deep, kind of love we gotta keep in who we are. We didn't drift from apathy or lose what we once knew. We simply found that growing up meant growing out of us too. There's bravery in gentle ends, in leaving without war, and knowing when two honest hearts don't fit the shape no more. No blame to hold, no pride to bruise, just different dreams. We chose to choose. You were a chapter strong and clear, no shadows in the ink. And even as the pages turned, you taught me how to think. I don't erase the tenderness or shrink what we became. Not every ending needs a flame. You're not my always, that is true, but we loved well and never do. No midnight ghost inside my room, no anger in my veins. We met as who we were back then, and left with what remains. Strength in silence, growth in space, two steady hearts that kept their grace. We didn't fail, we didn't break, we loved enough had to see where it went wrong. Some stories end without a war, and still we're just as strong. Your memory's not a shadow now, it doesn't steal my air. It lives like sunlight through a window, soft and always fair. No broken trust, no silent blame. We stood in truth, we left the same. You were a love I chose out loud, no hesitation, no disguise. And even when the curtain fell, there wasn't compromise. Not every heart is built to stay, some only pass you through to show you what your soul can hold and what it's meant to do. You're not my future, not my fight, but loving you, we did it right. We didn't lose to circumstance or fade from lack of care. We simply reached a different dream that couldn't both be shared. There's strength in endings made with peace and walking side by side until the road divides itself and no one has to hide. No shattered glass, no burning sea, just two hearts, honest and clean. You are a chapter written clear, no edits left behind. And even as the pages turn, you shape this heart of mine. I don't erase the tenderness or shrink what we became. Not every ending needs a flame. You're not my always, that is true, but I'm still proud of me and you. No what if playing in my head, no anger in my tone. We built something that made us grow, then learned to stand alone. Sometimes the bravest kind of love is knowing when it's done, not out of fear or lack of fire, but two becoming one with themselves, with their own plan. Not losing love, just choosing who they are. We didn't fail, we didn't fight, we loved with depth, we did it right. If I see you years from now, there'll be no way to bear, because what we shared was honest, and honesty is rare. Steady, confident, you are a love that found me young and left me standing tall. And even though we're not the end, I'm grateful for it all. Not my forever, not my name, you're not my fight, but loving you, we did it right. We didn't lose to circumstance or fate from lack of care. We simply reached a different dream that couldn't both be shared. There's strength in endings made with peace, in walking side by side, until the road divides itself and no one has to hide. No shattered glass, no burning sea, just two hearts, honest and clean. We're a chapter written clear, no edits left behind. And even as the pages turn, you shape this heart of mine. I don't erase the tenderness or shrink what we became. Not every ending needs a flame. You're not my always, that is true, but I'm still proud of me and you.
No what if playing in my head, no anger in my tone. We built something that made us grow, then learn to stand alone. Sometimes the bravest kind of love is knowing when it's done, not out of fear or lack of fire, but to becoming one with themselves, with their own plan, not losing love, just choosing who they are. We didn't fail, we didn't fight, we loved with depth, we did it right. If I see you years from now, there'll be no way to bear, because what we shared was honest, and honesty is rare. Steady, confident, you were a love that found me young and left me standing tall. And even though we're not the end, I'm grateful for it all. Not my forever, not my name, but something real without the shame. And that is more than enough. I don't carry fragile thoughts of what we used to be. They sit like quiet constellations in a sky that's still in me. We didn't love in desperation or cling to borrowed time. We held each other honest, no fear of crossing lines, no twisted truth, no shattered pride. We stood in love, we stood in stride. You were a fire I walked into, open hands, no shield. And even when the flames went low, there was nothing left concealed. Not every heart is meant to stay, some only come to show how deeply you are carried.
or fail to understand. We simply reached a different dream than what we once had planned. And there's a power in the calm of choosing not to fight, of walking out with steady steps instead of burning bright. No almost left, no blame to claim, just different roads, not wrong, not same. You were a season full of sun before my roots grew deep. Some love is there to wake your soul, not promise it to keep. I don't erase the tenderness or shrink what we became. Not every ending needs a flame. You're not my always, that is true, but there is nothing I would undo.
No haunting echoes in my chest, no anger to defend. We met as who we were back then and grew beyond that end. Sometimes the bravest kind of love is knowing when to close a chapter that was written right but not the one you chose. No loss, no shame, no rewriting of the scene. We didn't fail at loving hard, we just outgrew the dream. Firm elevation, if I see you years from now, there'll be no storm inside, because what we built was beautiful, even as it died.
You were a love that made me bold, taught me how to stand. And even though we're not the end, I walk away unplanned. Not broken, not blue, just someone stronger than I once knew. And that is something true. I don't carry fragile thoughts of what we used to be. They sit like quiet constellations in a sky that's still in me. We didn't love in desperation or cling to borrowed time. We held each other honest, no fear of crossing lines. No twisted truth, no shattered pride. We stood in love, we stood in stride. You were a fire I walked into with open hands, no shield. And even when the flames went low, there was nothing left concealed. Not every heart is meant to stay, some only come to show how deeply you are capable of letting yourself go. You're not my future, my plan, but loving you, expanding who I am. We didn't break from lack of care or fail to understand. We simply reached a different dream than what we once had planned. And there's a power in the calm of choosing not to fight, of walking out with steady steps instead of burning bright. No almost left,
haunting echoes in my chest. No anger to defend. We met as who we were back then and grew beyond that end. Sometimes the bravest kind of love is knowing when to close a chapter that was written right but not the one you chose. No loss, no shame, no rewriting of the scene. We didn't fail at loving hard, we just outgrew the dream. If I see you years from now, there'll be no storm inside, because what we built was beautiful even as it died. Something true. I don't avoid the thought of you. It doesn't break my stride. The past is just a place I've been, not somewhere I still hide. We didn't build on empty words or chase a fading spark. We loved in rooms with open blinds, no secrets in the dark. No sudden crash, no bitter end. We were lovers, we were friends. You were a love I stepped into with courage in my chest. And even when we let it go, we knew we gave our best. Not every heart is meant to stay. Some only pass you through to show you how to stand alone and still be true. You're not my future, not my plan, but loving you made me expand. We didn't lose to jealousy or silence growing cold. We simply found that who we were no longer fit the mold. There's grace in choosing different roads before they start to bend, and knowing when to close a door without needing to defend. No shattered pride, no blame to wear, just quiet truth between the edges. You were a chapter strong and clear, no edits left behind. And even as the pages turn, you shape this heart of mine. I don't erase the tenderness or shrink where we became. Not every ending needs a flame. You're not my always, that is true, but there's no part I would undo. No ghosts knocking at midnight, no anger in disguise. We met as two imperfect souls, no need to dramatize. Sometimes the strongest kind of love is knowing when to fall, not out of fear or lack of depth, but growth beyond it all. We didn't fail, we didn't fake. We loved with clarity and left it light. If I see you years from now, there'll be no weight to hold, because what we had was honest, and honesty is gold. Steady luminous, you were a love that found me young and left me
soft landing, no regret. I don't avoid the thought of you, it doesn't break my stride. The past is just a place I've been, not somewhere I still hide. We didn't build on empty words or chase a fading spark. We loved in rooms with open blinds, no secrets in the dark. No sudden crash, no bitter end. We were lovers, we were friends. You were a love I stepped into with courage in my chest. And even when we let it go, we knew we gave our best. Not every heart is meant to stay. Some only pass you through to show you how to stand alone and still be true. You're not my future, not my plan, but loving you made me expand. We didn't lose to jealousy or silence growing cold. We simply found that who we were no longer fit the mold. There's grace in choosing different roads before they start to bend, and knowing when to close a door without needing to defend. No shattered pride, no blame to wear, just quiet truth between the air. You were a chapter strong and clear, no edits left behind. And even as the pages turn, you shape this heart of mine. I don't erase the tenderness or shrink what we became. Not every ringgit needs a flame. You're not my always, that is true, but there's no part I would undo.
No ghost knocking at midnight, no anger in disguise. We met as two imperfect souls, no need to dramatize. Sometimes the strongest kind of love is knowing when to fall, not out of fear or lack of depth, but growth beyond it all. We didn't fail, we didn't fight, we loved with clarity and left it light.
If I see you years from now, there'll be no way to hold, because what we had was honest, and honesty is gold. Steady luminous, you were a love that found me young and left me standing tall. And even though we're not the end, I'm grateful for it all. Not my forever, not my name, but something pure without the blame. Soft landing, no regret. replay the things we said or trace where we went wrong. We gave each other honest days and nights that felt so strong. Your memory's not a heavy coat I'm trying to take off slow. It's just a photograph in light of someone I used to know. No shattered glass, no sudden fall. We weren't broken, not at all. You were a love I held with pride, no hiding, no disguise. And even though we couldn't last, there's truth inside goodbye. Not every road is meant to merge, some simply run in line. You're not the future in my hands, but once you were mine, and that was real. No need to prove we loved in full, then chose to move. We didn't fail at being us, we simply changed our pace. Two hearts can grow in different ways and still respect the space. There's strength in ending something soft before it turns to war, and knowing when to close the door and not ask for more. No blame to wear, no scars to show, just quiet courage to let go. You were a chapter clean and clear, no edits left behind. And even as the pages turned, you shaped this heart of mine. I don't erase the tenderness or shrink what we became. Not every ending needs a flame. You're not my always, that's alright. Some love just teaches how to love right. No what if living in my chest, no anger to defend. We met as who we needed then and grew beyond that end. Sometimes the bravest kind of love is walking out with grace. No shattered pride, no desperate chase, just strength you can't replace. We didn't lose, we didn't break, we chose the truth for our own sake. If I see you years from now, I'll nod without regret, 'cause what we had was beautiful, even if we outgrew it. Steady with love that felt like home before I built my own. And even though we're not the end, I've never felt alone. Not my forever, not my name, but something honest without the blame. And that was enough. I don't replay the things we said or trace where we went wrong. We gave each other honest days and nights that felt so strong. Your memory's not a heavy coat I'm trying to take off slow. It's just a photograph in light of someone I used to know. No shattered glass, no sudden fall. We weren't broken, not at all. You were a love I held with pride, no hiding, no disguise. And even though we couldn't last, there's truth inside goodbye. Not every road is meant to merge, some simply run in line. You're not the future in my hands, but once you were mine. And that was real, no need to prove. We loved in full, then chose to move. We didn't fail at being us, we simply changed our pace. Two hearts can grow in different ways and still respect the space. There's strength in ending something soft before it turns to war, in knowing when to close the door and not ask for more. No blame to wear, no scars to show, just quiet courage to let go. You were a chapter clean and clear, no edits left behind. And even as the pages turn, you shape this heart of mine. I don't erase the tenderness or shrink what we became. Not every ending needs a flame. You're not my always, that's alright. Some love just teaches how to love right. No what if living in my chest, no anger to defend. We met as who we needed then and grew beyond that end. Sometimes the bravest kind of love is walking out with grace. No shattered pride, no desperate chase, just strength you can't replace. We didn't lose, we didn't break, we chose the truth for our own sake. If I see you years from now, I'll nod without regret, because what we had was beautiful, even if we outgrew it finally. That felt like home before I built my own. And even though we're not the end, I've never felt alone. Not my forever, not my name, but something honest without the blame. And that was enough. I don't trace the lines we crossed or count what slipped away. Some seasons bloom exactly right, then choose another day. Your memory's not a heavy rain, it falls like summer air, a quiet proof that once upon we truly stood there. No broken ground, no shattered trust. We gave our hearts because we must. You were a love I didn't hide, no half steps, no disguise. love we gotta keep in who we are. We didn't drift from apathy or lose what we once knew. We simply found that growing up meant growing out of us too. There's bravery and gentleness in leaving without war, and knowing when two honest hearts don't fit the shape no more. No blame to hold, no pride to bruise, just different dreams we chose to choose. You were a chapter strong and clear, no shadows in the ink, and even as the pages turn, you taught me how to think. I don't erase the tenderness or shrink what we became. Not every ending needs a flame. You're not my always, that is true, but we loved well, and that will do. No midnight ghosts inside my room, no anger in my veins. We met as who we were back then, and left with what remains. Strength in silence, growth in space, two steady hearts that kept their grace. We didn't fail, we didn't